emergency use today. I met a friend who's come over from Europe with his family, and you have to quarantine the first 24 hours you get to Thailand. It's not 24 hours, the first night. And they test you at the quarantine hotel. They have the local hospital in charge, and they test all the family members, and then you have to stay in the room, and the next day you get the result. So the result should be like before noon time. Well, it was afternoon, and they didn't get the result, and they're complaining, and finally they get the result. You can go. Out they go to wherever they've rented, wherever they're staying at, and in the evening get a phone call. Mr. Joe Blogs, we need to know where you are because your 7-year-old has tested positive and you have to come back to the quarantine. She's like, what? Why you let us go? You said that it was, that we're all negative. What a story. Last night, me and my wife trying to help and calling a pharmacy for their test, calling a different hospital to see if it can be tested under the government scheme, calling a different quarantine hotel. I ended up going to one of the hotels to ask the staff there that are in charge of all of this process for foreigners that are coming into Thailand for their advice. What a story. Long story long, he finally decides, okay, I need to be responsible. Of course, he wanted to be responsible, and he went and got some self-testing kits from the pharmacy, tested the son, comes out positive, phones me up. I don't know what now, it's positive. I said, okay, I booked you in the 8 o'clock in the morning at the hospital, and then you have to quarantine and you will get the result back within tomorrow. Okay, it says, yeah. And then it was 4 minutes to midnight. 4 minutes to midnight, he gets a message from the hospital. Congratulations, your son, Joe Blogs Jr., the 7-year-old, is negative. We're very sorry. Have a nice day. Something along those lines. They did apologize in the statement. They apologized to him. But the tester he bought from the pharmacy gave a positive result. Do you understand? He lands in Thailand, gets tested, stays in a quarantine, gets released from the quarantine hotel, out into the general public, then told, bring your passport, your boarding pass, and your insurance papers. Your son's got COVID. Then he buys a test from a pharmacy and tests positive, and then gets it from the hospital, sorry, he's negative. And now this morning, so that's last night, and this morning he's gone to the hospital, private hospital, and had tests, and they won't get the results till tomorrow. In the meanwhile, I had to deliver something. Now, he's in an entourage of 8. It's a family of 6 plus 2 employees. So I assumed that I'm meeting, it gave me the details to one of the employees, and I assumed that's who I'm meeting, and him and the son, the rest of the family are not in quarantine, but him and the son are. So I go there, and okay, the son's in quarantine, but we're in the room, and everyone else is in the apartment. So I sat with everyone except for the son in question, and I'll be honest with you, you know, I don't know whether they don't have, I really don't know. But it got me thinking, like kind of after I came out and there was no taxis and I had to walk down the road maybe 10 minutes. And the mind thinks, I'm like, okay, well, this is the first time I've knowingly come into contact with someone that is borderline, possibly has, possibly doesn't. Tomorrow we'll know. Right? So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I'll take some horse medication. And first taxi doesn't stop for me. There seems to be something going on with the taxis over here in Bangkok. There's one particular brand of taxis. It's yellow, the top half is yellow, and the bottom half is green. And when they see I'm a foreigner, they drive away. So some of them will come to kind of stop and pull over for me, and then they see who I am and they drive away. The other taxi cabs don't behave like that. So it's one in particular. So it was about 4 taxis wouldn't stop for me, and then a yellow taxi stopped. And I get in, I told him where I need to go. It's like a half-hour journey. And he's coughing. So here's me walking for 10 minutes, kind of thinking a bit more deeply into the situation I just walked out of. And I get into a taxi. Okay, he's wearing a mask, but I don't believe in the science of wearing a mask. And he's coughing. Okay, and after a couple more minutes, he's coughing again, and after a couple more minutes, he's coughing again, and I suspect, honestly, I suspect it's just dry throat. He's a taxi driver. He probably didn't have any water, and wearing a nappy doesn't help. So, logically speaking, it's probably that. However, I might be getting a little bit paranoid. I don't know. You tell me. Do you think I'm paranoid? Maybe I'm a bit too paranoid. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I'd rather be on the safe side. So I've got my fatty meal because I want the horse medication to enter my bloodstream. I wasn't actually going to take any this week. The last time I took would be 2 weeks ago on this coming weekend. So 12 days ago, 11 days ago is my last dose. I'm now dosing once every 2 weeks, and I was thinking to maybe skip and dose once every 3 weeks. Now I'm kind of back to the opinion of, okay, every 2 weeks. Reason being, I've been on this stuff for 20 weeks already. 21 doses, I think. I think this is my 21st dose. I honestly don't remember. There's that many, and I title all my videos 18th week, 19th week, and I don't remember. I need to look at the videos. So, yeah, I'm going to take as a just in case, just so I can kind of sleep more at ease, because I honestly believe in, you look at Japan, you look at England, like 56,000 cases, 70 million people. The United Kingdom, United Kingdom. Germany, 47,000 cases. Japan, 126. 126. They've got a population of 120 million. How do they have 126? What is so different between Japan and Germany and England? And by the way, I looked at Central African nations. And I've got a friend who dismisses it all. Oh, they're not testing. They don't know what to look for. 5 cases, 12 cases, a spike, 15, 20 cases. You're talking, well, hundreds of millions of people, okay? I don't know exactly how many. But look at Central African nations, there's a dozen of them, more. Some must be new because I never heard of them when I was at school. And Yeah. So I have a brain that knows how to think, and my brain is thinking that is for the unmentionable. And that's it. I'll do a short update tomorrow with regards to my friend and his son, and obviously the rest of them, because in total there's 8 of them. So what will happen if he is positive, and then the authorities insist that the entire party get retested, and then the test is another 24 hours or thereabouts? And I mean, knowing this, you test before you leave is one thing, right? That's already taking a high risk. You turn up, 8 of you, or you're a family of 4, and you have to test the day before the flight, and just one of you has it and none of you are going, okay? So that's one thing. But then you land and test again. Now you're in a foreign country and it's 10 days. Would you take the risk? I don't know. I feel kind of content in not flying abroad. Yeah. Even as a solo traveler, I feel content not traveling abroad. Okay. Bye, everyone. And remember, wear your masks.